California is recognized for 4 minutes.
Well, I thank the gentleman. As chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, let me make it abundantly clear here. The pipeline is going to be built. The question is whether it's going to be built west to Vancouver. And then we're going to see the product shipped to our economic competitors. Or will the pipeline be built south to our refineries in the United States? There's a second point. We've got the cleanest burning refineries in the world. That is not true in terms of our economic competitors. So from an environmental standpoint and from the standpoint of energy needs in the U.S., it makes no sense to advance the interests of our economic competitors. Now, the U.S. energy costs have been declining. China's energy costs have been rising. Our country is becoming a more attractive place to manufacture goods. We are also becoming more competitive, both with Europe and with Asia. U.S. gasoline prices right now are 30% lower than China's, and U.S. electricity prices are 50% lower than Europe's. For those of us that have been involved in manufacturing in the past, we understand how important that is. We want energy prices lower here in the United States than they are overseas, not the other way around. A reliable and efficient energy supply is frankly vital to our economic competitiveness, and unless we reverse course, we could squander the advantage we have right now. And the Keystone Pipeline will have a major positive impact on the economy at a time when millions of hard-pressed Americans are searching for work. Keystone will create an estimated 20,000 new direct jobs, and we know hundreds of thousands of indirect jobs, not only in the states where the pipelines will be built and operated, but throughout the entire country. Keystone is going to enhance our national security. Think about this for a minute. And frankly, our Foreign Affairs Committee members, 24 of our Republican members, wrote to the President in February saying, by providing secure access to petroleum from Canada, we would reduce our reliance on energy imports from countries in the OPEC cartel. The U.S. would be less vulnerable to political and security-related disruptions of our energy supply. Well, that's the point. That's the objective here. And in the same vein, energy from Canada will enable us to reduce our dependence on unstable and unfriendly oil exporters. For example, while the Venezuelan regime remains openly hostile to the U.S., the country's our fourth largest source of oil. By contrast, Canada has long been one of our closest allies. Our economies are joined together with Canada, and our energy sectors are already integrated. We want to spend the money in Canada, have it circulate back over that border. 90% of what Canada buys is made in the United States. We could have no better partner in our effort to ensure our energy security. By obstructing the approval process, the administration not only prevents the benefits of the pipeline from materializing, it also chills the development for new projects. Think about this. At present time, Canada and Mexico are major sources of American energy and offer enormous potential for the development of new oil and gas fields and greatly expanded cross-border energy trade. Yet if our existing federal bureaucracy is willing to impose excessive costs and continued delays on a project as sound as Keystone, what reasonable business will want to assume similar risks going forward? I tell you what will happen. That pipeline will be built instead to Vancouver, British Columbia, and instead of the imports coming in the United States.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
The role of the State Department in the approval process is to determine whether the project serves the national interest. No one familiar with the facts would deny that it does, but the delays continue based on unfounded claims. The State Department's own draft supplemental environmental impact statement on Keystone concluded that, in effect, there was no environmental reason not to approve the pipeline. Yet still no action has been taken. It is time to stop this charade. All reasonable objections to the pipeline have been fully addressed. Please pass the legislation. Thank you.